What's going on, guys? This is your boy XQ420. I'm welcoming y'all back. Another episode Beyond the Cube. We have an emergency episode this week. Okay, due to the powerful one who is going to be going to a fish concert tomorrow. Is that correct? Is that correct, Corey?
That is correct. I will be going to Fish concert tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after. And that's it.
You're gonna be going that often?
Yes. Yes, sir. For 4 nights.
Oh, okay, okay. Wow, that's a little while. 4 nights in a row. Is it all in the same area?
Yeah, same show, same venue. The most I've done, I think, is 12. I think I've done 12 in a row before. That was pretty good. Summer 97.
But all in the same area.
Back then I traveled across the country. This time it's all in one area because I'm old, and that's what old people do. Old people just stay in one area.
Oh, okay. Is it now that I'm old, I'm gonna stay in one area because it's that's what you're supposed to do.
It was very nice of Mr. Cube here to accommodate my schedule this week, and to all the listeners of my podcast and my Substack, I advised them I'll be doing a show first thing tomorrow morning, and that's going to be the last show for a couple days because of my fish schedule. Although tomorrow it was really tempting. The Dayglow Abortions, a Canadian punk band, are playing in Denver as well. And I would really, really, honestly rather go see that. But that's not going to be a reality. The Dayglow Abortions. Yes.
That's not real, is it? Is that real?
Yes. It was Canada's premier punk band. They were banned in many places back when Canada was banning stuff. So, but amazing punk. They're not going to be around much longer. Been around for 35, 40 years. So, I kind of want to go to that, but no, I already got tickets to Fish and it cost me like $100. So
okay, Dayglow, Daygla.
Yeah,
Dayglow Abortions. Okay, all right. I've never heard of them. Okay, and of course they got a coat hanger. This is pretty horrific. This is pretty bad. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Here we go, guys. This is wake up, it's time to die. I mean, that's what we got right here, and it's got a chicken on the coat hanger. I believe that's what it is. It's some form of a chicken.
That album right there, that album where the cursor is one of the best punk albums of all time. Here today, Guano tomorrow. Yes.
I mean, of all time? Are we sure? Well, I mean, it's $21.98. Oh, that's a vinyl. 1988. Okay.
That's probably a reprint.
Getting the 1988 vinyl. All right. So we see Corey's taste in music. Corey, do you like anything that's newer?
Yes, I very much like Cannibal Corpse.
Okay. I said newer.
Yeah, Cannibal Corpse. They're newer. Well, they're still around if that means newer. They got newer albums.
Oh, okay. Are we sure about that? Hold on.
Do I like anything like in the last couple of years?
I'm talking about anything the modern era. Okay, is there anything that maybe the people in the audience could connect with per se?
I think I'm going to go see D. Antwoord here coming up pretty soon. You remember D. Antwoord? I'm going to go see them coming up.
Okay, so
they do that song, I Think You Freaky. You don't know that shit? Bro, you are so not hip. It's crazy.
Okay, so Corey is not savvy with any type of new music at all. I mean, not one bit. I mean, but we got to expand your palate.
What am I supposed to have, a Taylor Swift collection or something?
I didn't say nothing about a Taylor Swift connection. I was just wondering if any newer people. So anybody over the past 20 years, you know what I'm saying, that may have been in the alternative rock, you know what I'm saying, genre, maybe even new metal genre. You know what I'm saying? See how
So here's the deal,
you
man.
tend to
If I
like
listen to a
explore.
band that's still around, that's new, right? They ain't dead, right? They're still around. They produce new music. That's new. That's still new. Just because they didn't cut their first record deal in 2021 doesn't make them new. Know what I mean?
We're talking about some people that maybe are not as long in the tooth. Okay,
Long in
here
the
we go. Hey,
tooth.
hey, yeah, we got some people out here in the chat. We got my man the name's just A. It said Tool made an album recently. Did they? Has Tool made another album?
I don't like Tool.
You don't like Tool?
No.
You see, come on. You see, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about as far as trying to get a little variety in your palette. Tool's got some excellent songs.
I don't like them.
They're older. You know what I'm saying? Of
They're like
course.
a garage band.
Tool? Tool's not a garage band.
They're a garage band who they put in fucking big venues. That's all I gotta say about it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we got up here. Oh, okay. I see his full name. I went to the YouTube chat. A gay actor named Michael Douglas. That's his name. Uh, he said on a long enough timeline, Beethoven could be considered new. I mean, I get down with a little Beethoven as long as it's in the minor key. I actually like a little piano as long as it's in the minor key. It needs to feel like there's unending doom coming your way. That's the only way I can get down with my piano. That's the way I feel about that.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you feel the same way about that. You ever did any piano music?
I like some piano with some like Dixie music.
Uh okay. Which like Dixie Chicks,
No, like Dixie
like
music,
Dixie Stampede.
like like New Orleans, like Dixieland.
New Orleans ain't Dixie.
Yeah,
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure that's
Uh,
right. Why don't you double check and fact check me,
hold on. Is New Orleans Dixie? I don't even think that's gonna pull up right in Google.
bro? Did you know the
Well,
Dixie Chicks changed their name?
what are they now? Oh, New
The
Orleans is
Chicks,
known for its association with Dixieland jazz. Okay,
the Chicks. They're just called the Chicks now, because
man,
despite the
stop that,
fact,
there, man.
bro, Google it. Because despite the fact that they've been around for 40 years, they just now realize that Dixie associates them with the South and makes them racists.
Oh, dear God Almighty, he's right. Oh, so you trying to tell me like if you got Dixie in your name, then you automatically use the ER? Is that what it is?
Bro, I bought some Dixie cups, man. I guess I'm a fucking racist.
Is that what that means? Y'all
My
people
milk
use
is
ER?
racist when I drink out of them.
People in the chat, let us know. Let us know. If you put Dixie in front of your name, does that automatically mean that you got an ER? That you put the ER on whatever you say? You know what I'm saying? Might start with an N, might have a couple G's in it. You know what I'm saying? An I. I mean, is that how this works? I mean, I didn't know this. The chicks, when they do this?
Recently, like a week ago.
Oh Lord, it was following the death. Dude, this following the death of George Floyd.
You'd
Oh my
think this would be
gosh.
like the biggest story in the world, right? This is how they
Follow,
this is how they Mandela affect you, bro.
following the death of George Floyd, guys. Oh man.
Bro, they've been around for like 35, 40 years at this point.
But I mean, George Floyd's got statues. They got George Floyd Day. I'm like, dude, I don't think this guy was like the savior of many. They act like he was the Black Messiah. Is George Floyd the Black Messiah?
Bro, he died of a fucking overdose. And they got that guy in jail who
Robbing,
just got stabbed by Mexicans.
yeah, robbing women at gunpoint, pregnant women, um, doing spicy content. I mean, high on fentanyl. Yes, this is the beacon of the black community. I mean, this is horrific, man. I mean, but black community, but we need to do better. We uplift our filth. Okay, it's really pathetic. I don't really see any other races do that. Like when there's like poor white trash, like they don't erect statues for them.
I'm trying to think of some examples. Maybe
I can't think of none.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Do what? Bro, he's a comedian worth millions of dollars. I mean,
You know who I really hate that I can't believe that they prop up?
what's that?
That Ice Spice. She's
Oh,
total
oh,
trash. Ice Spice
well,
is total trash.
she's not good at rapping, but she used to have a badonka.
And I really don't like that chick who was like, "What? I'm a musician. What do I make magic?"
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That chick. Oh, we know what the problem here is, man.
What's that?
We know what the problem is.
One
She got
black
like a
lady
black
singing.
great grandma, and that's it. Bro, she's lighter
You know
than
what?
me, and I'm white as they come.
Now look at her right here though. Right here, she's got a little bit more pigmentation.
She looks a little bit of quality. I mean, that picture right there, she looks a little cute, like she could be going to college or working at some coffee shop. Not some disgusting
But she,
ass hoe who fucking raps about some shit that don't even rhyme.
well, she used to be thick like that, okay? And so like her bit was to twerk. Okay, that was her bit. Like in
So
the
when
picture,
I'm
she
emperor,
just twerked.
I'm gonna have a concentration camp for rappers who don't rhyme, whose raps don't rhyme, and their torture, their
Okay.
punishment will be they're gonna be forced to rap battle each other forever until they starve to death.
You think that'll work? I think
No,
they'll
but who
police
cares?
that better.
It'll be entertaining.
Yeah,
We'll
it
put it
definitely
on
be
pay per view.
entertaining. There ain't no doubt about that. Oh man, hey, look, man, people are buying Jake Paul fights, so I mean, they'll buy
Oh,
that.
is he fighting Tyson again or what?
Yeah, yeah, they're
It's
lining
back
back
on.
up. I'm like,
So Tyson's health issue was fucking resolved all of a sudden.
no, no, he's still old. That's the real issue.
Bro, he's gonna kill that kid.
Yeah, no, he's not.
You don't think he's
Jake
dude?
Paul's Jake
Jake
Paul's like
Paul's a little
roided
bitch.
up, man. He's like roided up, man, and he's like young. And so, like,
He ain't
if
Mike
he fights
Tyson, bro.
people,
Sorry. Mike
yeah,
Tyson be in a wheelchair and he'll fucking still get you. He'll bite your kneecap.
well, yeah. I mean, the biting of the kneecap. Well, I mean, okay, if he bites your kneecap, then you know, um, that's something else. All right, I think they're gonna stop the fight if he bites the kneecap. I think that'd be an automatic stop of the fight. But yeah, that fight's still on. They just started doing promotions for it again. I think it's gonna be towards the end of the year. And they'll do that. And I'm really amazed uh by Jake Paul, the fact that he's been able to get all this money from a bunch of fake fights. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, he's just
Well,
this
he
dude's been
better get
fighting
some
for
money
good.
because his brother is like going to be on the hook for like $1 trillion because his fucking prime drink like gives your grandchildren AIDS or something.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. It's like
Well,
super
which
bad for
one
you
though?
as like has like glyphosate in every sip. Some bullshit. Some prime drink that he's got. He's getting sued. Google Jake Paul or Logan Paul fucking lawsuit prime. And he's gonna get
Okay.
sued over fucking this crypto chicks or whatever it was called, crypto dinosaurs or whatever, where you could mix and match fucking aliens. Crypto Zoo. That was it. Crypto Zoo.
Mix and match aliens.
Yeah, you could like mix and match
What's that
fucking
like
different.
a? What is that like a NFT or something?
It was yeah, it was a stupid NFT project. NFTs are stupid.
Oh damn. Hey, well, look, man, you got to do something. Okay, so it said it was mislabeling of the caffeine content. That's in their energy drink. Mislabeling. What they say it was less, or they say it was more and it was actually less. I could probably see that. Oh my God, become an insider. I don't want to do that.
He like became he like broke a deal with the manufacturer like and was like getting sued for like $70 million. And then there's a trademark case. Oh, he got some grape drink. He made some grape drink.
Oh, did he?
Look, scroll up, scroll up.
Hold
Prime,
on.
or
Let me
is
see.
it?
Great Drake. This one
No, keep
or
going.
this one?
I just saw it somewhere. I'll go up.
You ain't see no Great Drink.
I saw grape drink. Keep going, keep going. It's there, motherfucker. There it is. Grape drink.
Why am I not seeing this?
Right there. PFAS in prime hydration, grape sports
Oh,
drink
oh,
draws.
dang! You had me messed up. I was sitting there. I was like, "Grape drink." I don't see nothing about a drink. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Might as well allow you to use cookies. Why not? Let's see. Antioxidants, electrolytes, vitamins, and forever chemicals. Okay, the forever chemicals. I mean, haven't we all like ingested some forever chemicals?
Bro, you ain't even a man if you ain't had fucking in forever chemicals right when you get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, I think that's like a prerequisite. Are you even a man yet? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if some forever
Uh,
chemicals fuck with your junk, just get some Viagra and you're good. Some forever chemicals plus Viagra equals I'm good.
no, I mean, you just got to make sure you just keep it in use, bud. You know what I'm saying? If you keep it in good use, then you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep it in good use. Cardiovascular is a key aspect of that. Not having too much weight on you, that'll mess you up as well. Being
Mm-hmm.
being overweight will mess you up. You need that proper blood flow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you'll be able to get where you need to be.
I got this
Corey,
personal trainer who's only 200 an hour, if you know what I mean.
All right, that was innuendo, guys. Just letting you know. But Corey, it seems like some people are still holding on to the hope that maybe they can resurrect the acolyte. Right here, um, we got Darth Thunder. Okay, said they've reached 50,000 signatures. Well done, everyone. Let's keep going. Okay, to
Okay,
renew the acolyte
these people are what
petition
I'd like to
petition.
call stupid and fucking gay.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, they're doing their part.
They're
Uh,
retarded. They're fucking idiots. Acolyte was crap. These people have no taste. These people should be put in a camp and forced to watch the original trilogy over and over and over again forever till they die.
Well, look, hey, I'm surprised they got 50,000 signatures. I made a video right here recently. I said
Bots.
1,500 to 2,000 people. Okay, that's a good point. Their next goal is 75,000 though. That's their next goal. So if we can get up to that, you think they'll be able to make it to that? This is as of it was starting on August 20th. So they got a little bit of a following here. 8 days. 8 days later. You think they'll be able to get it done?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's not.
they're
It's a
not going to
waste of
renew the
time.
acolyte, but
Yeah, it's
they're
a
not
waste
going
of
to renew
time.
it. But I mean, I
I
think
mean, the story
somebody
was
had
it was complete dog shit.
yeah, it was, and I tried to tell people that. But somebody had up here that they did a petition to reshoot Game of Thrones season 8. I don't know if that's true, and they said it got 1,862,000 people, and it didn't happen. So they were like, y'all's 100,000 that y'all gonna get. That's not gonna quite cut the cheese. Um, but yeah, so some people are still holding on to hope. Corey, they said that bigotry won here. I said in the video that we didn't even have to tag bigotry in. We didn't even have to get bigotry out of the bullpen to get us a save. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Let me just say
Leslie
this:
Handlers writing
people
did it for me that
despise
alone.
people despise shit that flies in the face of their own culture. Period.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No matter what it
That's
is.
true.
And that's why people hate change. They push back on everything. And it's like it's okay to not want change. You know? When people start pushing this gay shit on you, you don't want it. And it's like it's like fuck you. I'm not a bigot. I just don't want no gay shit. Right? It ain't my cup of tea. So fuck off. But then we're the problem, right? But this is how psychological warfare works. Which is exactly what
Yeah,
this all this shit is. Woke, the whole woke conversation, the entire idea that we're having a conversation about woke ever in society is the result, as a direct result, and the intended outcome of psychological warfare campaign. So it's what it is. And so when you do nothing, when you take no action at all and you have no stance on a thing, but then people are like, oh, since you take no stance, you're part of the problem. Like, you can suck my dick.
I mean, that's a bold statement, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Because that's ultimately what these woke fuckers do. They're like, oh, if you don't want change, you're not. If you're not for us, you're against us, right? It's the George Bush dilemma,
Yeah, that is true. It's that you're either all in or you're all out.
right?
So you're right about that. There's no doubt about that. Either all in or all out.
That is correct.
But we have another show coming up right here shortly that may yield some similar results. Rings of Power season 2. Okay. Some people said there's a little thirst trap action. Matter of fact, let me see if I can't get the trailer up for that. We might as well let y'all see that. Somebody said it's gonna be pretty bad. I don't know if that's the case. I think that Variety had a couple of articles up there saying that it wasn't that great. I've seen some other things about because they get to see the stuff before we see it. So yeah, let's see. Okay. So we got an official trailer here. We want to hit this. Let's get this up for the people out there. All right. You two don't strike us, okay? This is fair use, damn it. All right. It's entertainment purposes. All right. So I got it right here.
War's come to Middle-earth.
This is the work of Sauron.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts. You are wise to fear these rings. In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Aegion must not fall. It would be a mortal blow for all Middle-earth.
Sooner or later, Sauron's eye bores a hole. The rest of him slithers in. You sought peace. I gave it to you. This is hardly a gift. What have you done to me? What have you done to me? Who are you? Truly, I am the one keeping the storm at bay. Sauron is my enemy as much as yours. I can help you destroy him.
I will not stop until this is put right.
Every soul in the seen or unseen world will know that it was you who was the architect of their demise.
Don't cut the rope!
At this moment, the great tale of our age is being written.
You think it was only you who put yourself in my power? Galadriel.
All right. So there we go, Corey. I mean, what do you think, man?
So who the fuck is that? And wasn't there a guy who was
Sauron.
gonna be Sauron in the first season, and who's not that guy?
No, that is Sauron.
That's
They
the
just
same
gave
guy,
They, ga-
same
they gave him
actor,
long, blonde hair.
and that's the same actor.
Yeah,
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty positive.
I don't know about that.
Hold on. Come on, cuz.
And
I'm
when
trying
did
to
why?
tell you, man. Hold on.
I don't know about none of this. This is crap.
Come on. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's the same guy. Let's see. Yeah, Charlie Victor's. No, that ain't him. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Where is he at? Why don't they show him up here? Oh, okay, yeah, because he was Halbrand before he was Sauron. Charlie Vickers. Here we go, right here. Yeah. Let me pull him over right here. Yeah, same guy. Same dude. Look at him.
And now, what's the deal with the rings? He didn't make the rings. The elves made the rings. Is this some bullshit or what?
Oh, no, that's the way it was. The elves did make the rings. Celebrimbor, the master of ring making. That's what he does for a living. Okay,
But I
so
thought
this is what
Sauron
it
made
looked
the
like.
rings and gave them to the five mortal men, the kings of mortal men, the five of them. Then he gave them three to the elven lords, right? And then he gave two to the dwarven kings or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so you gotta remember, like at the end of the first season, which it's been 2 years. So at the end of the first season, he was up there crafting the rings with the other elves, with Celebrimbor and Galadriel and all that.
That's because they don't know how to
That's what
fucking read books and they didn't read the story, and that's not how it fucking went.
Hey, look,
God.
it's okay though.
Oh my God.
Look,
Now we
you
got to
got
change the
family, man.
subject. My brain is fucking leaking out of my ear just thinking about this fucking show. You're going to make me watch this show for like 2 months. So let's just stop talking about it today. Fucking hate this shit. That's how bad it is. It's so insulting. I didn't see the black elf though.
Yeah, you did. He was in there.
Did he?
Arondir,
Was he?
he was in there. Yeah, but he's kind of light skinned. There was fire like across his face, so he's a little light skinned. But yeah, this was Halbrand or Sauron in season one. So you see, he didn't have long hair and it wasn't blonde, so they changed that up. Now he's got long blonde hair. Now he looks like this for some reason. I don't know why that is though. Maybe they'll explain that to us. Maybe they'll explain that to us. So, if this particular show fails as well, will it be because of bigotry? That's what we want to know. Leave that
Wait
in
a
the
minute. Was he
comments.
an elf? Was he an elf in the first season?
No, he was a man.
What
Like
is
he was
happening
actually.
here? Now he's an elf all of a sudden?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what exactly is going on there. That's that's a little all over the place because they were saying like he was the king of I can't remember the exact place, but he was like the Lost King, and they're like,
Right,
"Oh yeah,
right.
that's the Lost King." And come to find out, oh no, that was Sauron the whole time. Oh my God, and you kind of called it early on. You say, "Hey man, it's Sauron." And it's like, no, it can't be, and it was. It was without a shadow of a doubt. So, if that fails, it may be because of bigotry, it may be because of white supremacy, white adjacent supremacy. That could
White
be the case.
adjacent supremacy.
Yes. Yeah, it could be because of that. Okay. It could be because of that. I want to jump over to this, Corey. We touched on it briefly on day 0, uh, but we got that health advisory for the mosquitoes. Okay,
The mosquitoes get
the
everybody
mosquitoes.
AIDS.
Well, I think it's something close to that. All right.
Are
They've got a
mosquitoes
little bit of a.
injecting microplastics directly into people's balls?
They could be CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. I mean, she's gonna give us a scoop right here. Okay, let's get this going right here.
Oxford, Massachusetts, and 3 neighboring towns have a reason for concern as mosquitoes carrying a potentially deadly virus called Eastern Equine Encephalitis, or Triple E, infected a resident who is now fighting for his life.
We don't want to see another human case of Triple E this year.
The rare but dangerous disease can cause swelling in the brain. There's no treatment and anyone can get infected. The death rate is as high as 30%.
Even if you do survive, usually there are long-term significant health impacts, neurological impacts.
Oxford has been declared a critical risk for Triple E, prompting health department officials to recommend a 6 p.m. curfew for outdoor activities, including club sports.
These are recommendations. They're not hard and stop requirements.
We are definitely nervous about it.
Sarah Fournier is also worried her children's sports seasons, football and cheer, could be jeopardized. But they're taking precautions by wearing mosquito repellent and long sleeve tops.
We can't stop life. They need to get out there. They need to play. This is their time to be social with their friends and be a part of a team.
Now, Triple
Triple E symptoms usually begin between 4 to 10 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito. According to the CDC, now some of those symptoms can include fever, headache, and seizures. Nora?
Oh,
This is such an interesting story. Tiffany Chan, thank you so much for.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh man, when they hit me with the fever and the headache, bro, I had to hit stop, man. I had to. 4 to 10 days later, fever, headache. It said a 30% death rate.
That's
Bro, this shit
bullshit.
should be wiped out.
That
They
dude,
should be
homicide
wiped
doesn't
out.
have a 30% death rate. Okay, that's fucking bullshit number.
Hey, look, Corey, they gave people suggestions, okay? These are not hard set in stone, okay? These are just recommendations. Didn't you hear somebody say that before? Just recommendations. I remember somebody saying something similar to that years ago.
I don't want to hear a goddamn medical recommendation from the government, the news, the media ever again anytime soon, ever, period. I don't want to see movies about pandemics or contagions. None of this shit. It's bullshit. Let me make this really clear. We've never had a pandemic in this country. And I doubt there's probably ever been one, maybe except for bubonic plague. So
the true bubonic.
The true bubonic. But then all you got to do is stay away from the people who had big blisters on their fucking face. So,
yeah, you just had to not get bit by rat fleas. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But like, what are the pandemics that we've had? We allegedly had Spanish flu, polio, AIDS, and COVID, and all four of them are bullshit. All four of them are straight bullshit. And there's a Jew in there somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man said it, and it's definitely a Jew in there as well.
That's 100%.
Just the way that they talked about the triple E, contagion, and then the 30% death rate, it would just make you think that like the end is not for you if you're in Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's really no way to stop a mosquito from biting you, bud. like their whole premise is like to sneak up on you and bite you. And
here's the deal. Anytime
they're biting you, it's over.
Exactly. Anytime the enemy that they want you to be afraid of is basically invisible, you got to look over your shoulder. Like it's ridiculous. It's not true. You know what I mean? So, and I would say a mosquito is the invisible enemy. It could be anywhere. It could be everywhere. He's nowhere all at once, right? Like the mysterious mosquito. So, yeah, it's propaganda. Okay. It's bullshit.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, we want to pull up some of these symptoms right here. We'll make sure everybody's on the up and up, so they know what they if they got any of these symptoms, you may have the triple E virus. But hey, don't worry because there's no cure for it. All right, you just got to tough it out. It said high fever, muscle pain, altered mental status. What's that mean? An altered mental status? Corey, fill me in on this.
I don't know. It means that your status in the mental area is altered.
I mean, something bad could all of a sudden happen that day. I'm not sure about that. Headache. Okay. What's that? Meningeal irritation? Is that in the crotch area?
No, it's in your brain.
Maybe not. Oh, okay. Oh, so you got brain irritation. Okay. Photophobia, which for some reason they want me to click on, and seizures. They want me to click on this. Oh, the fear of light. Okay. So hold on a second. So I'm gonna get bit by this mosquito, and all of a sudden I'm going to be afraid of light.
Well, I think it just means that you're sensitive to it, like a little bitch.
Sensitivity. Man, stop, man. This sounds like nonsense right here, bud. It sounds like the same thing like the Zika and the West Nile. Now, I ain't saying that ain't, somebody hadn't got bit by a mosquito before and got clipped. I'm pretty sure it's happened. Okay. But it ain't happening the way they tell you it's happening. All right. Because if it did, hell, all of us be dead. How many times I've been bit by a mosquito? Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about, oh, well, we're going to wear long sleeves. and then we're gonna you know, we're gonna spray mosquito repellent. You ain't saying nothing about your legs. What about your face? Did you spray the mosquito repellent on your face? On your face?
It's pretty wild that with all the AIDS shit that went on for allegedly 20 fucking years, which is all bullshit. Like nobody got AIDS from a mosquito. You would think they suck your blood and then go suck someone else's blood. There's a goddamn good chance, but no one's ever caught any disease that's person to person through a mosquito.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that is true. Huh. I ain't thought about that, Corey.
Because diseases aren't real. They're myth.
I'm not sure about.
They're to make you afraid. They're make you afraid, bro. Your body's impervious to everything, including bullets.
I wouldn't try that out, okay? Beyond the Cube does not endorse that message. Do not try that at home. They'd be like, oh man, Beyond the Cube, X Cube and Corey told me that my body's impervious to everything. Blew their head off. It's like, hey, not us. We'll be sending no lawyers our way because we broke, okay? So don't don't worry about doing that. So I guess in Massachusetts you got to be careful right now. All right, mosquitoes are out and they're about. Might give you the triple E, might not, probably won't. But they're saying that somebody is in the hospital in a dire condition. Maybe. I don't know if it's because of that or because of something else. So you don't know.
Because that person got AIDS and they're stupid, and that's why they're in a hospital.
Damn. Now, I want to jump over into this. I don't know how I missed this, but it came across my timeline. And Corey, I don't know if you've seen it, but I made a video right here recently, put out on TikTok, other platforms as well, talking about how liberal women seem to be slump busters. Okay,
What?
Seems to be yeah.
A what? That's a slump buster?
Yeah, slump buster. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. Pretend I'm like a child.
Okay. So let's say that it's been a while since you had physical contact with a lady.
Yeah.
And seeing how it's been a while, you go out and you pick something that may not be of the quality that you would usually pick as far as a mate to just get out of your slump. Slump buster. Now, these slump busters, they could be in various forms. They could be a little on the ugly side, could be a little bit bigger than what you would like. But the way liberal women talk about abortions, it makes you think that they just give it out to whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first thing they say when they get on the microphone. Women's health care. And so I'm like, okay.
I just don't understand why so many women. Why is that a hill that so many women are willing to die on? I would think the vast majority of women out there will not ever have an abortion in their lifetime. Most of them will not. So why do they support it like they will? Because they just think that one day maybe they'll be a whore and get knocked up and they might need it. Is that like why they're so for it?
Yeah, the hoe phase. They say that's a thing. The hoe phase.
It's not a thing. No. It's not a thing. It's like waves on the ocean.
No, women have said that. They said that's a thing.
No, they're lying.
I went through my hoe phase.
They're lying. That's a hoe phase lasts the whole life. But it ebbs and flows like the ocean. No, I'm not fucking around. I ain't playing. I'm telling you, that's how it is.
No, they say it's just a phase when they were younger.
I've met women of all ages who are willing to drop the shit on the spot. So.
Yeah, but we had a couple of influencers out there at the DNC. Okay, out there at the DNC, and I wanna pull them up so everybody sees them. And this was kind of the epitome of what I was talking about. It seems like maybe liberal women are a little bit easier. So if you need to, break the drought you're in, you know what I'm saying, hit by pitch, get on base, that may be the route you need to take. But we had this couple. Now, Corey, when you look at these two people, you're gonna be like, this is a couple? Like seriously? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring them up right now because I went to their actual TikTok page and I was like, Oh shit, they're dating. I couldn't believe it. But let me bring this up right now.
Much more happens at the DNC than what people see. Oh,
And
Are those faggots?
happened to me at the
DNC.
DNC.
I got
Dig down at the DNC. Oh, dig down at the DNC. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
It's been a real pleasure.
Corey, they're dating.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I went to their TikTok page and it said that
She's in for a rude awakening.
the love of my wife. I was like, when they were talking about getting dick down at DNC, I thought both of them were getting dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like both of them. Like BOL, unless
Look at the name of the TikTok account.
yeah, a twink and a redhead.
Mm-hmm. That is not a couple.
But I'm trying to tell you. Okay, all right. I didn't believe it myself. All right.
I mean, basically, on the straight definition of that word.
Uh-huh.
Like on the definition of that word alone, I'm going to tell you that guy puts penises in his mouth.
From the definition. Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna pull up their page. Okay. I'm gonna pull up their page. No Diddy. All right. Look at this. All right, so let's get this up on the screen for people. I couldn't believe it either. Grant and Ash. Look at this. My boyfriend.
Come with me to surprise my boyfriend with a date night in New York City.
What?
My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years now. We met in the pit of a Lady Gaga concert, and he is just such a lover of pop. Ariana, Britney, Kelly, he loves it. So I knew I had to.
What'd I tell you? She said my boyfriend.
No, she's a beard, bro.
Yeah, and obviously, from what I understand, it looks like Disney sent them out there. I don't know if this is true or not. If
They're
Disney's
paid couple. They're paid. They're fucking not real. They're fake.
I'm Grant.
And I'm Ash.
And we're here at the DNC as Disney Channel correspondents. Let's go. Fuck, Marry, Kill, Doc Hudson from Cars,
Gil from Finding Nemo,
or Elizabeth Warren.
So I think I'm fucking Elizabeth. I have to kill Doc Hudson. Well, he's had a lot of life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm marrying Gil. Oh, this is so Disney.
Thank you so much. Bye. Let's go.
They're not a couple. They were fucking. They did not meet at Lady Gaga. They met at the casting office of fucking Disney managers.
But I'm trying to tell you, man, I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there, I was like, dude, this can't be real.
It's not real. It's not real. And what's definitely not real is their ratings. Nobody's watching this shit.
They look, man, they got 44.7 likes.
Nobody wants. Here's the deal. Unless you're a fucking woman, nobody wants to see fucking faggot shit ever. Like, period. Nobody wants to see faggot shit ever. Never. Like, never.
You said never ever.
No. Quite content with no sexual diversity going on in this fucking society.
Yeah, but that, I mean, so is that your typical liberal couple now?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said liberal couple.
Yeah.
Not the rest of us. Be a little soft. Have their man like their man a little soft around the edges.
Here's the thing: liberals are just stupid. They're just dumb. They don't understand shit. They don't understand things called fucking facts or this thing called history, right? Not that I'm a textbook conservative. I'm fucking not at all. But let me tell you,
right?
Liberal Western societies were designed to subvert fucking freedom. Period. Okay, authoritarianism is the only way to go because authoritarianism protects the individual and protects culture if it's done right. We've just never seen it done right.
Okay, well, what do you think? What do you think? You think this chick? You think this chick might know the scoop? I mean, she's 42. She's childless. She makes sure she lets everybody know this. You know what I'm saying? No babysitter needed. It's her right here. Let's let her. She got a tune for it.
Being child free threatens the patriarchy. We don't need no man. We can do everything he can. I'm a bold list.
Is this satire?
I'm a bold list. MAGA starts to cry. What? I'm a bold list. And Taylor's on my side.
Yeah, she is.
I'm a bold list. MAGA starts to cry.
There's gotta be satire.
It's not, man. That like that's her. Like straight up. Like that's her. Like she has all this stuff. Look, 42, child free, bra free, and panty free. I mean, she letting you know, but she ready. That's what I'm saying. The liberal women. This could be you, Corey. Out and about.
Well, it seems like the only reason that they dress. Okay, so it seems like the only reason that women dress like this scantily at all is to get the attention of men. But then they're like, we don't need no man while I dress like a hoe.
Yeah, no, they don't dress like that for men.
They don't?
No, no.
Then what's the
said
point?
this repeatedly, Corey.
It doesn't make any
Corey just said
sense.
it repeatedly.
That makes no sense.
They said they don't dress like that for men.
They do it for themselves because it makes them feel good, right?
It's not for the male gaze.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like Corey. Look, I don't say that I agree to it. Okay, I'm just letting you know what they've been saying. Okay, in these different sections of media. I also had a woman go up there and say one time that once you start lifting weights, certain body parts are no longer sexualized, like her butt, like the glutes.
You stupid?
She said she said it's just glutes now.
You're fucking retarded.
I'm like, hold on, what? So now it's just a muscle group. That's all it is.
Oh, so once she starts
Nobody
bench
talk-
pressing, her titties are just become a muscle group, and then nobody's gonna want to look at them. Oh, that might be true because them fucking bodybuilder chicks are kind of gross. They got no
Yeah, so
titties
that's
at
what
all.
they, yeah, so look at here's what we got right here, bud. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's in there, bud. Look at this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is all her stuff, bud. It's all she's a bold lib. That's what she says. You know what I'm saying? So this is her. Look at it. I'm 42, child free. I'm at the rock show. No babysitter needed. The right hates this. I don't think anybody hates it because nobody was asking you. But that's
Correct.
they want to put that out there and it says that the right hate this. I'm like, you're free to not have any kids and go do what you want to do. Go to a rock show. I mean, that's not that big a deal. But they got to continue to go in. They got to have a talking point. That is the talking point. Okay, as far as that goes. But yeah. When I seen that, I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? We're struggling out here. It's getting bad. And I remember when people who were quote unquote on the left were like not like totally insane. Like we used to be like a fairly sane country.
Yes, the left used to be the way to be because the right was overly corporate and overly, unsensitive and empathetic, right? Big business and fuck everybody else. And for a while, it was okay to be against that because that was the that was the counter anti-hero, right, of society. It was big business, right? So, yeah, there's an oscillation of the parties that happens every so many years, right? Like Lyndon Johnson was a Democrat. Really? By whose standards? Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? Like, so there's been a reversal of the polls, so to speak. But you have to think that the entire standard historical left-leaning person has been completely duped by this new neo-communism, which is exactly what the fuck it is. All right. Like, make no mistake about it. There's only one battle going on in the universe, and it's the battle of communism against fucking nationalism. Period. That's the only battle there is. It's the only political conversation anyone should be having, because that's what's going on. And that's the ultimate definition of what's happening within the parties today. And that's why the Republicans are seemingly the good guy and the anti-establishment people, which is crazy. It never happened in the history of the world. They've always been the establishment people, right? Always been. The Republicans always been the establishment people. But the overt effort of communists to take over a party has been too great over the last 10 to 15 years, you know? And I don't know how they got everyone to go along with it. I really don't. It seems like COVID was a tipping point. March of 2020, it was a tipping point, you know?
It's a disease that should not be named. Do not ever speak of that disease's name again. It's like Voldemort, you know what I'm saying? We got to treat it as such. We almost just need to have a weekly section just for Scott Jennings, because he drops us another good nugget up here. He seems to be on a roll right now, and it's because he's got an easy target, which is Kamala. But we'll let him punch right here, and we're actually gonna let the other gentleman speak as well. But this is Scott Jennings right here recently, because I think Kamala's gonna finally do a interview. But it's gonna be the first interview that she's done since she's been on the campaign trail. Not sure what's taking her so long. But she's gonna actually bring Waltz with her to the first interview at CNN. I'm not sure why she needs him with her. Probably so, if a hard question comes up, he can kind of answer it, or filibuster, or whatever he needs to do. So let's go ahead and let this thing roll.
Is there the line now going to be, well, why isn't she doing it by herself?
Yeah, I do think people are going to bring that up. Like, I have great confidence in Dana and CNN to do this. I think it's incredibly weak sauce to show up with your running mate. The fact that they don't have enough confidence in her to let her sit herself, the actual top of the ticket, and do a single interview. In fact, I think the hand-wringing and the gyrations over this over the last month show a troubling lack of confidence in her political ability, which also makes you wonder as a voter, well, what kind of president would you be if this kind of a small-time decision, can we do an interview or not, what does that look like for your decision-making process, so on? So, I think Republicans are going to think it's pretty weak to show up with effectively someone to take up half the time.
I mean, what do you think about that, Corey? You think it's a little weak sauce?
Oh, God, it's beyond weak sauce. She's pathetic as a human being, much less a presidential candidate. She shouldn't have anything to do with this fucking thing at all.
Yeah,
I
mean, I can't agree with you more on that. I don't like. Okay, so they hid Biden, okay, but they kind of hid him from doing anything public. Everything was almost staged, but he still did talk to interviewers, like when he was running in 2020. So I was just like, they just kind of hit him because disease that should not be named.
Here's the problem, though. You got a bunch of these faggot communist voters are going to vote for them no matter what. They don't give a fuck. They're so ignorant. They don't understand issues. They don't understand anything. They don't understand their predicament. And they're going to vote for her no matter what. That's the sad part about this whole thing. That with a little bit of vote fixing, and you got a stolen election,
Yeah, that's true. So let me let the black guy, that was sitting beside Scott Jennings, he spoke as well. I'm gonna let him go through his soliloquy and the actual, what was he trying to give, the breakdown of how they were trying to approach this particular event where they're doing this interview and what they were doing before this. So I'm gonna let him go.
Instead, why do you think they're doing it together and not by herself?
Well, I don't think it's a secret. Democrats over the last couple of years have increasingly thought that they can go directly to their voters. And I think have frankly been fairly slow to coming around to doing mainstream traditional interviews. We've heard The Biden campaign now turned the Harris campaign, complained repeatedly about reporters trying to ask those type of questions, have stayed away from more traditional media interviews as they've tried to go to influencers, tried to go to podcasts that are more friendly venues for them. And they found real success with that. I think what is happening now, though, is there's an onus on Harris and Walz to differentiate themselves from the Biden ticket. There's open questions about what their vision would be, what their legislative priorities would be. And while the Democratic convention was an advertisement for the party writ large, a lot of the things people were saying on stage could have been just the same if it was President Biden as the nominee rather than Kamala Harris. What an interview does is put the onus on her, not just for the mastery of issues and kind of command of issues, but to lay out a vision. That is something that Kamala Harris has been fairly uncomfortable with. Speaking as someone who has interviewed her, that's not necessarily her where she likes to be. She often says, I'm not someone who's good at speeches. I'm someone who gets things done. Now, we know as president, that's a big core part of the job is to lay out that kind of vision.
Obviously, in a when you have a two-person interview, and you have a limited amount of time, it does limit the interviewer's ability.
I don't think this is going to be the last we hear of her, though. This is going to be the first, but I do think that question of can she do it alone will loom, and they will have to be able to put her out in spaces where she is answering confrontational questions and laying out her vision by herself. If this is all we get in terms of her along with Walz, I do think those questions will ring out further.
Scott, in terms of the debate.
All right, so I mean, I believe they're gonna keep this similar approach to what they got right now. What do you think, Corey?
They don't have a choice. She's a fucking moron. She's a moron. She cannot get up in front of an audience and speak. She cannot handle an interview. They're going to hide her till the very end. And I can't believe they're going to do a debate with Trump. That's suicide.
Is it actually going to happen? They were sitting here and they were arguing about the muted mics now. Now they were like, well, we don't want the mics muted. When it's like, Trump had already agreed. I'm fine with the muted mics. Like they fought to have muted mics back when he debated Biden, and then now he thought they were going to have the same set of rules. And then they're like, no, we don't want muted mics no more. It's just like so we can interject during his lies. I'm like, I mean, I thought the muted mic thing worked fine because it's actually pretty bad when people are just sitting there trying to talk over each other and you really don't get anything done. Like it's just a bunch of like, oh, you suck. Oh no, you suck. Oh no, you suck more than I do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're like, man, this is dumb. Okay, y'all ain't saying anything. And I think an actual approach that I can't remember if anybody's used recently. Obama didn't have to have an approach. Who did he run against? Mitt Romney. Wasn't it Mitt Romney?
He was one of them. Mitt Romney never made it to a one-on-one, though, I don't think.
Who else was running? Who did Obama
McCain. John McCain.
Yeah, nobody cared about John McCain. And I think Mitt Romney was in the running to potentially get put as the Republican candidate, but I don't think he made it. Who did he run against the second time? Was it McCain both times? Oh, here we go. Who do
Honestly, I don't remember.
Let's see. Related to a citizen. Oh, okay, no, okay. So the second time, okay. So the first time it was John McCain. Second time it was Mitt Romney.
Okay.
Mitt Romney. Damn, Bo. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you don't really have to come with no attacks there, personal attacks. But I think it would behoove Trump to not get into an actual back and forth. Oh, you lie about this, you lie about that. Just get up there and just like, I'm gonna answer the question. Here goes my policy. That's it. And I think that would actually change some people's minds about him.
Well, it would expose that she doesn't have any policy positions.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to trying to go into like ad hominem attacks and all that stuff. If you state your position, this is what we're gonna do. Because some of the stuff she talking about, I mean, my goodness, bud. I mean, if it's true, I mean, the dollar's already bad off, but damn, I mean,
They're wanting to raise
stick a full fork in it.
They're going to fucking raise the taxes on everybody. They want to go capital gains to 45% and the unrealized gains to 25%, which is You know, some just don't pay. Just stop paying. It's no point. Even there's no point in do it. They do it to quash any kind of enterprise or, to make. They want to make sure the little guy can't get out of the hole he's in. And so fuck them. Just don't pay it. Just don't pay the tax. And when they arrest you, just be like, go suck a dick. Here's the deal. The cost of a trial, like if I were to go to jail tomorrow for not paying taxes, the cost of that trial would be more expensive than the tax money I owe. And now that the Chevron deference has been set aside by the Supreme Court, they no longer have their own little pool of judges to railroad you with. You have to get a jury trial. If they're going to arrest you, you got to get a jury trial, which means that their trial costs just went through the roof because they're not going to be able to railroad you with a single judge. So if the cost of putting on a trial is more than the 20 or 30 grand that you owe in government taxes, you ain't going on trial. This is how it's going to be. They're going to threaten and bully a bunch of people into compliance, and that's how it's. And then that's it. There's no way that they can. Now that Chevron's been set aside and they can't railroad people like they used to be able to, they can't. They just can't even afford to go after anybody.
I don't even think you could threaten and bully somebody into this. I mean, we talk about 44% capital gains tax and then 25% on unrealized gains. It's like, well, what if it go back down? I just
Exactly.
I mean, when it go back down, what we gonna do? Do I get some of that money back? Well, we didn't put that in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
What they would do is they would have to set like some kind of standard of like every day at midnight. If you're up, you're up. It would have to be a daily check. I can't see another way around it. They couldn't make it hourly. That would be ridiculous.
Would it be a daily check?
I don't see. There's
like
no way.
Maybe like a monthly check.
There's no way for them to. There's no way for them to verify. How do they know that you're up? How do they know what you're holding? Nobody knows what I'm holding. So how do they know if I'm up or not?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're going after a company called OpenSea right now, which is an NFT platform. Now, let's forget about the fact that NFTs are garbage. Let's forget the fact that they don't really have any fucking value and that they're just pure hopium, right? The government is starting to go after this company, OpenSea, that does NFT trading and NFT dealing. And what's next? Action figures. If I go to Target and buy action figures and they go up in value, am I going to have to pay taxes on my unrealized gains on my action figures? Like, is every collector in the world who collects anything going to have to pay a tax on their shit if it went up, even if they didn't sell it? It's so ridiculous. It's not even funny. And it's at the point where people should just stop paying their taxes, period. Like, go fuck yourself, IRS. Because if it's we have to pay taxes or we go to jail and that hangs over us every day of our lives, then we're not free at all. We're still slaves. It's just a different form of slavery. If we have to worry about going to jail every fucking day for not paying our fucking tithe to the fucking Lord and Master, give me a fucking break.
It's the tithes. Yeah, but I mean, people literally couldn't, like, you literally couldn't afford to pay the taxes on unrealized gains. Like, you literally wouldn't be able to do it.
Right, because you wouldn't have the money in hand because you didn't actually sell the thing.
Yeah, it would literally bankrupt you. Like, so it's just like if that's an actual thing that she put out, that should automatically like sound the alarm, okay? I mean, we should be out here and we should be like, "Hold, cuz," you know what I'm saying? Bird alarm sounding in the background. It's like, bro, obviously she has no clue how this thing works, okay? Because it's hard to get blood from a turnip. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you got, and they were talking about even like on your house, like they had somebody up on I think it was on Fox today talking about, oh yeah, the capital gains on your house. So let's say your property goes from, oh, it's worth 200,000 to, oh, now it's worth 260,000, which is stupid as fuck. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. If the son bitch got built for $130,000, then it's all of a sudden not worth 20 years later. and it's shittier, falling to pieces, all of a sudden ain't worth more. That's absolutely ridiculous to me. But they're saying, okay, so now you owe taxes on the capital gain that you got on your house. It's like, but I didn't gain anything because I didn't sell anything.
Well, and depending on where you live, you might get screwed by your municipality, who might reassess your fucking tax base on your house based on it going up every couple of years.
Oh, that would be the first thing they would do. Oh, you would
Like
get
if I bought a
reassessment all
fucking,
the time.
if I was 120 years old, but I bought my house back in 1920 and I only paid $100 for it, I should, are you locked into that number forever? No, they're going to fucking upcharge me to what it should be worth today, so.
Right. Right.
I hate to say it because everyone wants to own, but they're just making it like not worth it to own. They're making it not worth it to own. I can go rent an apartment right now for $650 a month, $700 a month. I can go to Vegas and get an apartment for $700 a month. I can't buy shit for less than like $2,500 a month. You know what I mean? Like there's like no fucking possibility.
Well, not only that, now you got to worry about your property tax, your insurance. A lot of places you stay now got HOAs because it's a community. On top of that, now you've got all the maintenance costs. All the maintenance costs are on you. If you've got any land, a yard, now I got to do the landscaping. So all that's incurring costs that people are like, oh man, own your own home, own a home, own a home. I was like, man, sometimes you can become house poor. Because you didn't figure in all these other costs.
Yep. And if let's just say you even paid off your house. Let's say you got smart, or you won some money, whatever, you paid off your fucking house. How they're doing people now, the cost of your insurance and your taxes could be a rent payment by itself. You could get up to a couple $1,000s a month between your taxes and insurance. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Oh dang, that reminded me of something when you said something about that, because I didn't know if on the heels of J-Lo and Ben Affleck breaking up again, they were talking about their finances, which is why these fools have to still work. Okay, I mean, I'm letting you know right now. People are like, man, if I had that much money, I wouldn't be working no more. No, you buy some dumb shit and your ass will still have to work. All right. But that's what happens, bud. These people should be sad, but no, they're stupid. Just like everybody else who's living. If you've got money, somebody's out there ready to spend it for you. That's just all there is to it. So let's get them right up here. Of course, they broke up again. I don't know why they got back together. People in the chat, if you listen to this on the podcast, once you break up with somebody, that's it for that relationship. Okay, don't go back to it. Here we go. So yeah, they're trying to sell their Beverly Hills mansion, $68 million. Here goes it says it costs $1,000 a day just to keep the lights on. $1,000 a day, Corey. Here it is. Luscious mansion. I don't know why you need this. You're not at it. You're traveling the world. But whatever. Hey, I mean, look at this, bud. You know what I'm saying? This is like somewhere you go when you stay on vacation. You know what I'm saying? If you're rich. I mean, look at this. It's the bedrooms in there. They got a living room in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dumb. It's like, oh man, this is ridiculous. But they straight up
a living room with a tennis court in it.
Yeah. No, that's pickleball, man.
Well, what's the difference?
Pickleball's done with the wiffle ball and the and those plastic paddles. Yeah, but 38,000 square foot, 12 bedrooms, 24 bathrooms.
Why would you ever do that?
12-car garage, parking for 80 vehicles. It's like now it said the tax bill on the couple's home was more than $400,000. $400,000.
That actually doesn't sound that bad for a house that's expensive. For a house that expensive.
Yeah, but that's horrendous, man. That's why when people look at them, they're like, "Oh man, I wish I had that life." No, you don't, because one slip up, dude, and you are worse off than we are. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we used to being in the mud. I mean, these folks are living in some stuff like this, but they got a full basketball court and a tennis and a pickleball court in their house. You talking about it's got a 5,000 square foot guest penthouse. That's the guest penthouse for guests. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Thank God that came on the market. I'm ready to go buy it today. You know what I'm saying? You just like, dude. And then folks are like, man, I don't understand how they run out of money. I do, because of dumb stuff like that. So let's say okay, so their property tax is already $400,000. Let's say they bought the property, it was worth 48 million. Now that's worth 68 million. Now you got 20 million in unrealized gains that you got to pay taxes on top of. It's like, but you talking about shelling out $1 million
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
And if it keeps going up, it's gonna be even worse. So I mean, like, people like, oh man, that'll hurt the little man. Hey, that's gonna hurt the big man too, because they're gonna be like, damn, cuz I'm already paying enough. It costs $1,000 a day to keep the lights on. They don't even sound feasible. $30,000 a month to keep the lights on. That's like insane. So it's just like
For two people to live in a house who don't have kids. Do they have kids?
They don't, but Ben has kids with Jennifer Garner.
That's right.
Yeah, Ben has kids with Jennifer Garner. So and J-Lo was saying there's a dark side to Ben Affleck. That's what she was saying. She thought that he said he had worked on his dark side, and come to find out it was still there.
Meaning he's like a dick when no one's around.
I'm like, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Does that mean something? I always like that when folks kind of forget how things were. You know, they get back in and, oh man, the sparks rekindle. Man, the spark ain't rekindled. You just got banged out by some other folks and you forgot what this long felt like. And you came back and was like, oh man, this is a new experience, new feeling. And then it turns old quick. You know what I'm saying? It's the same
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, so yeah, but the unrealized gains, the extra taxes, that by itself should automatically put Kamala Harris in a bad position. But she does talk about abortion, so nobody cares about the rest of that shit as long as they can have their abortion. Okay. So, which is ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous.
They had the one girl. My man was actually clowning them at the DNC. He was going around and interviewing people, and he said, "Abortions or democracy?" She's like, "Oh man, that's a hard one. That's a real hard one. Can, can I choose both?" He said, "No, you got to pick one or the other." She's like, "Oh, abortions." I was like, "Bo, they'd rather be communists and not have anything as long as they can have that abortion." I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. It says you can strip everything from me, but as long as I'm able to get hit raw and I'm able to have this abortion, I feel good about it. I'm trying to tell you. It's
Well,
bad all the time.
I think women are way worse than men. Like I've been in situations a bunch of times where I didn't have a condom, and the chick was just like, "I don't care, go for it." And it's like, you sure about that? Did you think this through? You know,
Oh,
they're way more hoish than they've let on.
Oh, okay. You said it way more. Man said it way more. So we're gonna jump over here into the main event. Okay. Main event, old Zuckerberg. All right. He's coming out and he's making an admission, which is something we already knew. Okay. If you've been in this particular landscape, we already knew this was the case. The government having backdoors to certain media companies, the government telling media companies to censor particular subjects. So right here, Zuckerberg admits Biden and men pressure Facebook to censor the disease that should not be named content. Says it was wrong to suppress the post Hunter laptop coverage. All right, so we see him right up here. He's making an admission. Do you think he's coming around, Corey?
No, he's a robot.
But he feels like he's coming around. So I've got an actual excerpt from him. This is from his PR team, of course. I'm pretty positive he didn't write this. But we got him right up here. He said, and I'll read this for my podcast people. Said, I appreciate the committee's interest in content moderation on online platforms. As you are aware, Meta has produced thousands of documents as part of your investigation and made a dozen employees available for transcribed interviews. Further to our cooperation with your investigation, I welcome the opportunity to share what I've taken away from this process. All right, so hey, he's opening up. He's picked some employees, a dozen of them. Now I'm pretty sure those were handpicked. He's like, all right, these guys ain't gonna sell us completely down the river, so these are the guys we want to send out there. But he's got up here. There's a lot of talk right now around how the U.S. government interacts with companies like Meta, and I want to be clear about our position. Our platforms are for everyone. We're about promoting speech and helping people connect in a safe and secure way. As part of this, we regularly hear from governments around the world and others with various concerns around public discourse and public safety. All right, Corey, something you wanna put in there? I mean, does this seem sincere right out the gate?
No, it's just a form letter.
I mean, they needed a little bit more feeling in it. You know what I'm saying? It seems a little bit too cut and paste. But we'll let them keep going. Maybe they got something good for us.
Maybe he had AI write it.
Oh man, does Meta have AI? They have
Of
their own
course, they're
AI.
working on it. They got somebody's AI. He's like, hey, write a letter like I'm sorry. Write a letter from Zuckerberg like I'm sorry.
Oh man, you're probably right. It said in 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain convid content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. Hey, Corey, you see it right there. He said there were people in this team that didn't agree. Okay, felt like they were forced. Hand was forced. That we're not in agreement. By gunpoint, Corey. You hear it right here. I mean, we're hearing this first, okay? So ultimately it was our decision whether or not to take content down, and we own our decisions, including content related changes we made to our enforcement in the wake of this pressure. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. I also think we made some choices that, with the benefit of hindsight and new information, we wouldn't make today. Oh, he sounds like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom talked about that, about hindsight. You know what I'm saying? He would have made some different choices if he had the data. You know, Corey, that data. The data nobody else had, except like people like me and you and, about 1 million other folks who were trying to tell people, hey,
It's so crazy. They're like, oh, we just didn't know. Motherfucker, did you see my videos from back then? We knew, bitch.
Oh, but hey, look, they didn't know, okay? It said, I also think we made some choices that, okay, I already said that. It said, like I said to our teams at that time, I feel strongly that we should not compromise our content standards due to pressure from any administration in either direction. And we're ready to push back if something like this happens again. Now he goes into the separate situation with the actual Biden laptop, okay? Which, if I'm correct, Corey, I think they suppressed all the coverage on that Biden laptop. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it was Russian disinformation.
Yeah, I think they suppressed all of it. So the minute you put it up there, but it would get a hit and it would get taken down. I believe, if I'm correct, the New York Post was the first one who put out an article on it, and their post got taken down. Straight up New York Post. I was like, damn. I mean, they hit first, and they were like, "Oh, bud, we we didn't got censored. Come on now." So we're getting into the Biden laptop here. It's in a separate situation. The FBI warned us about a potential Russian disinformation operation about the Biden family in Burisma, in the lead up to the 2020 election. That fall, when we saw a New York Post story, as I said, reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's family, we sent that story to fact checkers for review and temporarily demoted it while waiting for a reply. Oh, hey, they got it out, Corey. The fact checkers. They're waiting on the fact checkers. That's a good one. That's a slick one. You know what I'm saying? Zuck slick, okay, or AI slick, whoever wrote this. All right. I said it's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted the story. We've changed our policies and processes to make sure this doesn't happen again. For instance, we no longer temporarily demote things in the U.S. while waiting for fact checkers. Do fact checkers still have a job?
I think they're community note people now.
Oh, is that what they call
Well,
them
community notes isn't much better than fact checkers sometimes. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not.
Okay. So, right here, apart from content moderation, I want to address the contributions I made during the last presidential cycle to support electoral infrastructure. The idea here was to make sure local election jurisdictions across the country had the resources they needed to help people vote safely during a global pandemic. I made these contributions through the Chan Zuckerberg initiative. He's got an Asian wife, right?
He got a Ling Ling for a wife, and he built her a statue.
Oh, that's weird. So that's probably Sean. Sean. It's probably not Chan. It said they were designed to be nonpartisan, spread across urban, rural, and suburban communities. Still, despite the analysis I've seen showing otherwise, I know that some people believe this work benefited one party over the other. My goal is to be neutral and not play a role one way or the other, or to even appear to be playing a role. So I don't plan on making a similar contribution this cycle. Respectfully, the Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so I mean,
he said he helped steal the election last time, and he ain't going to do it again this time.
Is that what he said, Corey?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. You got to think, these motherfucking guys, they send messages to each other directly through PR, through press releases. So you never know who he's talking to.
Right. That's true. Yeah, you got a good point there. You got a good point there. But
like if he got a phone call, let's say he got a phone call 2 days ago from the Biden administration to censor some shit, and they're like, "We'll get back to you," and then he puts out that letter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, so we got right here where New York Post had put up there today. It got censored. Of course, at that time, Twitter was not owned by Elon Musk, so all that stuff had been blocked at that point in time. Here we go, right here, Fed lies. So yeah, this was the straight up New York Post. Like this wasn't like our channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which if you had God, Bo, if you had a channel anywhere and it talked about the disease that should not be named, Bo, you were on thin ice. There was only a couple places that you weren't on thin ice. It's like BitChute, Rock Thin, Rumble. That was about it. Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem with those particular platforms is that they're not YouTube. YouTube's still the king. I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the most people go. Most of the people don't go to these offshoots. There's some following starting to pop up on Rumble because they're getting a lot of big names. They're paying a lot of big names to go over there, so they're starting to get a little bit more traction. But the issue with Rumble is that the straight up creator program is trash if you're not getting paid by Rumble.
Yes.
Like it's like straight garbage. Like real bad. I mean I don't even understand their algorithm. Like it'd be like, oh yeah, you earned $5. And then you click back on it and say that $5 turned into 30 cents. You're like I'm like, oh, but I see this one number, but then when I say, okay, well, I'll at least get my $5 out, and then it's like, no, well, you actually got 20 cents. That's what you actually got.
Yeah.
You're like, and so it's not beneficial. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to run this as a quote unquote business,
Well, by their own numbers,
it's
me and Chris, our channels, we get a total of, I don't know, varies. It bounces, but we usually get minimum 60 to 70,000 views in a given month, and the most we had was over 100,000 views in a month. And based on the number they tell you what the CPM is, which is the number per thousand views, we should be bringing in anywhere from 400 to 800 a month on Rumble alone, based on those views I just said. But you know how much we get? Maybe if we're lucky, we get 50, 60 bucks every 3 months. Because they say the ads that they say we're not ad, they said some of our videos are not ad eligible. What do you mean? You put an ad on it and then 2,000 people looked at the video. So what are you talking about? It's not ad eligible. Oh, you mean you paid all them motherfucking Jews with these fucking big contracts that you got with them for millions, and so you couldn't afford to pay us? Oh, I see how it is.
all of them not Jews. Well, some
Most
of
of
them might
them.
be black Jews.
The owner's Jewish, and then they got fucking Crowder, and they got Viva Frey, and they got, I could name a dozen Jews. So
They did sign Crowder, didn't they?
yeah, he's a Jew, and they're Jews. They signed a bunch of Jews. They fucking think I'm just playing. No, I ain't fucking playing.
Oh man, that's pretty good. So, Zuckerberg's
He's a Jew too.
apology here is this a pseudo apology? Is that what we feel?
No, I think it's a message to the government because I think they contacted him 2 days ago. I think it's a direct response. I think it's a roundabout response to the government. I think it is what it is.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because they're in a transitional period. Who's going to start up a case and start fucking with them now at the when they're about to transition presidencies? I mean, give me a break.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. But I mean, the okay, so his quote unquote apology was full of excuses. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't really my fault. They made me do it.
Exactly. I remember I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about some of the missteps that Trump had in 2020. I said his biggest misstep was shutting the country down. That was his biggest misstep, and that was his single undoing because the Democrats seen it and they're like, boy, I can finish destroying my state. Whatever state I'm in, I can finish destroying it. All right. And I can say it's Trump's fault. Well, I was just following Trump. He said to shut down. And somebody was like, my friend was like, well, everybody in the world was shutting down. So, I mean, what was he to do? I said to make the hard decision and not do it. It doesn't need to come from you. Like if a singular state does it, then you can point to that state and you say, "Look at your dictator governor." But the minute it came from him, because look at like California stuff, Bo. The minute that he said something about shutting down, Bo, they took it and they pushed it all the way over the cliff, free fall. You know what I'm saying? And they made sure they destroyed people's livelihoods and everything. And I ain't hearing no apologies from folks about how they destroy people's businesses. You know what I'm saying? People have family businesses been open 50, 60, 70 years. Folks made it through the damn Great Depression, couldn't make it through COVID, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I mean, I get no apologies. Ain't nobody getting no check or nothing. You know what I'm
And all
saying?
those people, like people up in like that bar owner up in Long Island who got arrested like 3 or 4 times because he kept opening his fucking bar. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
That
bro.
the people in New Jersey who kept
Yeah, with
opening
the
their
gym.
gym. Yeah,
That
they
was
like,
fierce.
look, bud.
Because they went from like everything's cool here in America to you can't open your business to like, what? Fuck you. Like, this is America, fuck you. Right? Like, if this was 1776, you'd have some dead motherfucking law enforcement laying in them fucking shops. Let me fucking tell you. How you think them fucking shop owners in 1776 would have taken that shit? They would have shot you on the fucking spot. They wouldn't even play any games with you.
Yeah, it'd have been a little vicious. It'd have been a little vicious, no doubt about it. So, I mean, nobody's really came around and had an apology for all those shenanigans that were going on. And I mean, people pretty much just lost 2 years of their lives. They lost 2 solid years. 2020 and 2021 were
Yeah, but
worse.
the effects, the ripples of COVID are still being felt to this day. Not only in the
Oh yeah.
economy,
Oh
but
yeah.
socially, people's state of mind. They're fucking, you know, dating is not back to normal, but not by any stretch of the imagination. You know,
Well, dating apps destroyed that.
yeah. But I actually think I just moved to a part of the country where most of the chicks are just mid. It's gross here. Swear to God, I'm in a college town. All these chicks here are mid. It's like not even worth it.
Corey. Look, okay. So here's what the deal is, okay? All right. Let me break this down for you, okay? Mid dates mid. Okay? That's what we do.
I'm not mid, motherfucker. I'm fucking top of the food chain, so I don't want to hear shit. Whatever, Jordy.
It's data, isn't it? That's what I'm going with, all right? It's going to be me for the rest of this show. Going to be Data from Star Trek. Because Corey is talking asinine. Man, you talking about all the chicks are met Bo. If you in a college town, you got pick of the litter. You got all the fresh stuff, cuz.
They all mid and they look like they just out of fucking middle school.
Well, then pick one that's been
And they
there a
fucking
few
wear
years.
they wear these jeans that go up to their belly button like they're from the 70s, and they all got big frizzy afro hair. I'm like, did you perm that shit, bitch? Like, what are you doing?
Well, the high-waisted jeans have made a comeback. It's just
That's
like
because people are
high-waisted.
retarded.
No, it's just like high-waisted. So when women wear the stuff to the gym, they wear it high-waisted.
Well, next they need to
The
bring back
leggings.
Jinkos.
Yeah, but you know why they wear it high-waisted, right? Because
So
it
guys
tucks in
don't
their
look at their
belly.
ass.
No, it tucks in their belly. That's why they wear it high-waisted.
I see.
That's why anyone wears anything high-waisted.
We'll lose that shit, bitch.
It's the appearance, though.
Drink some water, go on a diet, walk around the block or something.
Corey, that's not the way this thing works, okay? I mean, just like, yeah, but I mean, so yeah, Dayton's probably not back to where it should be. Race relations got hurt during combat area.
But that was intentional. That's always the Jews making it worse for us.
Oh man, hey, look.
Hey,
At the
you know,
end of
you
the
think I'm
day,
playing? You think I'm playing? You're gonna watch this video.
oh, is that right?
You gotta watch a video, yeah.
Man said it goes right back to the Jews. It's let me pull it up.
It's always the Jews.
Let me pull it up. At the end of the day, this is where we end up at. We end up at the Chiefs.
Here, I'm gonna send you this link and you can screen share this.
Oh, okay.
And you gotta
Let me
play the
see.
sound.
I'm
Hang
gonna
on,
play the
here we
sound.
go.
Shit.
There you go.
Okay. Let me copy this link.
And read the subtitles out loud as they're going.
Read. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, holy hell. I'm sorry, guys. This ad. Okay. So the struggle between the people and the hatred amongst them is being nurtured by very specific interested parties. It is a small, rootless international clique that is turning the people against each other. That does not want them to have peace. It is the people who are at home, both nowhere and everywhere. Who do not have anywhere a soil on which they have grown up. But who live in Berlin today, in Brussels tomorrow, Paris the day after that. and then again in Prague or Vienna or London, and who feel at home everywhere? The Jews.
But it's true.
They are the
So
only
the hatred amongst the people. The point is, the hatred amongst the people and the strife and the race relations are intentionally destroyed by these people on purpose to keep us at each other's throats. It's all manufactured.
Okay. We got a little bit more here. It said they are the only ones who can be addressed as international elements. Because they conduct their business everywhere. But the people cannot follow them. The people is bound to its soil, bound it to its fatherland. Bound it to the possibilities of life that the state, the nation offers. Okay. And that was it, wasn't it?
And that is a part of Hitler's rootless clique speech as it has come to be known.
Okay. So there we go. Man said we got Man said we got Hitler up here spitting a little something for us. So Corey, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay.
I give Hitler a 10.
Besides that, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, all right, what do you give the Zuckerberg apology show?
That's like a 4. That's a 4. It's some sort of limited hangout. It's some sort of fucking psych op. It's like it's there for a duplicitous reason, but we don't know. And that guy ain't standing up to nobody. So fuck off. Yeah, he's going to tell the government to fuck off. The CIA handed him Facebook, and he's going to tell the CIA to fuck off. Eat a dick.
Yes, that's what he's saying. That's what AI.
He knows jujitsu now, bro. They can come at him.
Oh, you think he might break an arm or something?
Oh yeah.
Rear naked choke. Kimura. You know what I'm saying? Put him in the Kimura. Side choke. Guillotine. I was gonna go with probably a 3.5. 3.5, just for the simple fact that it seemed a little stoic to me. Didn't have a whole lot of emotion to it. It seemed a little bit too like PR.
Right.
Like
yeah.
usually I'd rather him like to just come out and just like kind of said it in like an interview or something, or put out like a little TikTok. You know what I'm saying, where he wasn't reading from the script. Don't do like bitch, you used to be the CDC director.
Here's the deal. He put out that letter, which means that it was written by a secretary, which means that at least him and the secretary were in on it. Plus, he had an advisor. He probably talked to his wife about it. There was probably a board meeting about it once it was actually done. And then, it got approved up the line, and then it got submitted by their PR person. Right? So this wasn't some organic thing. This was, for some reason, a Facebook chess move.
Right. This is true. But he could have did it in video format. Just don't do like Rochelle Walensky did, where she said, "Now I'm gonna go off script," and she looks down and continues reading the script. I'm like, you know, you're being actively recorded right now. Like, that was the worst thing I'd ever seen. Okay, now I'm gonna go off script, and she looked down, and as we come to you today, I'm like, man, we can see your eyes moving. So yeah, Zuckerberg, you could have had something a little bit better. When you put it in AI, they've got different things up there as far as how you want them to write your particular letter. So you can say, I want it very formal. I want it, you could be a more studious approach. serious in tone, lackadaisical in tone. I would have picked a more emotional tone. You know what I'm saying? Deep regret. That's what I would have picked for that one. But it just seemed a little, seemed a little machine like. So that was my problem with it. Of course, we know that if something comes around and it's time to censor again, that they'll be at the forefront of censoring because it's just what they do. All right, there's just no doubt about it.
You know what's fucked up is like they censor some shit, but that same information is out immediately. It's like they censor it, and then immediately someone's like, "Hey, they just censored this," and then everyone gets pissed off that it got censored, but everyone got told about the shit after it got censored, right? So their censorship doesn't even accomplish the goal. Like, what have they ever censored that really did they? What are they censored that we don't know about now? Like nothing.
Yeah, this is true. Well, I know what they have done. They have made sure that they destroy people's livelihoods.
It's an exercise in futility. See what they do. What they need to do is they need to drown you in counter propaganda. Is what they need to do. They need to do counter propaganda, but they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't run the large scale counter propaganda ops because it would be recognizable a mile away. You know, and their paying influencers doesn't seem to fucking work. Nothing they do works. Haven't they figured this out yet? Nothing they do works. Like the hacker is always one step ahead of them, the fucking cyber people, right? The fucking people will always be one step ahead of the fucking cyber of the censorship, right? It's pointless.
Yeah, but they're doing a good job trying to pay influencers. They got a few of them. They got a few of them in their back pocket. But they got surprisingly, they got a lot of influencers coming out now and speaking out saying, "Hey, they tried to pay me."
Yeah, which is always funny.
Yeah, which we didn't see years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like we never heard that, and all of a sudden I see a whole lot of like big name, gamers and stuff like that. People who run live streams and stuff. They're like, "Yeah, the Harris administration they got up with me and offered me $20,000 to endorse them." I'm like, "Damn, okay." So that seems like a sign of desperation a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm always a little wary about, and this goes on both sides, is how much money these motherfuckers get. Like they talking about they raised $540 million. I'm like in a month.
That was like overnight. It was not even a month. It was like a 2 days or something. It was crazy. Their numbers are fake. Their numbers are fake. They're promissory. They're like, "Hey, can we get you for 20 million? Yeah, I'll get you. Yeah, I'll get you." You know.
Oh, is that the way it is? So they just mark it in the books that they got 20 million. So can I call back later and rescind that if things don't go well?
If you can come up with $500 million in like 2 or 3 days, you should go to jail. If you and I came up with $500 million in 2 or 3 days, we would be in prison, lickety split.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it. They have folks at our house, U.S. Marshals or whoever comes up here. All right, they have everybody, SWAT, Spot, whatever. Okay, Navy SEALs. They have folks crawling through the woods, breaking your back glass, throwing a damn smoke bomb in there.
Rappelling off my one-story house.
yeah, that's what they be doing. So guys, that's this week's episode of Beyond the Cube. Let us know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. If you listen to us on podcast platforms, hit that follow button there. Leave your thoughts there as well. We're gonna be coming back to y'all next week, next Thursday, hopefully this time. If all things go well, we had this emergency stream, so we know some of y'all might not have been able to catch the live stream, but it's okay. This thing will be out, so you'll be able to view it on pretty much every platform that you want to be able to view it on. Corey Hughes, make sure you go to Bloody History, okay? bloodyhistory.substack for Corey Hughes.
Yes.
The number one, the aficionado on history, okay? That's this guy. Corey Hughes, the powerful one. Also, the aficionado, the one, the only JFK book, okay? A Warning from History. Make sure you get that. It's available on Amazon. Isn't that correct? In hardback.
Amazon's the best place to get it from, for sure.
Okay. So yeah, you can definitely go pick that up. All right. I think you said you'll be making some amendments right here shortly, right? Second edition.
So here's the deal: is I've made a decision. There's 4 months left in this year. I'm gonna write 4 more chapters for the book, update the book, and then the book will be out second edition, hopefully January.
Okay.
And so buy the book because it's going to be a collector item.
Okay. Yeah, so there we go. There we go. I mean, look, the man's so popular, he was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. That's all you need to know, okay? The man got a call for the Fresh and Fit podcast, all right? So I mean, just
You make
don't
it
get
sound like
anybody
I
to
got
make a
called
call
up to
for
the
that.
Yankees or something. I
this
mean, there's way bigger shows I'd rather be on, but
that's pretty big league, man. I'm just letting you know. I mean, that's pretty big league. I'm just
it did
saying,
sell me
you know
like
what?
it did sell me like 100 books.
Yeah, so that I mean, that's to be honest. I mean, that's a major accomplishment right there. So that lets you know that there's some bones there. You know what I'm saying? And there's some formation around the bones, unlike the acolyte. Okay, we've got formation around the bones as far as this book goes. So make sure you check that out. Okay, make sure you check that out. We're gonna try to do a Showtime with the Cube at some point in time once we find something that intrigues us.
When movies
Because we
start
want
getting
to do
better
something.
again.
We want to do something that's good. We might even have a show for y'all next week, and we might go through what's
Trailers, do
coming out the
trailers.
rest of the year. We'll do some trailers. Might see what's coming out the rest of the year. See if anything that tickles our fancy. Maybe something to be good the rest of this year. Maybe one movie. I did watch before we go. I did watch was it Bad Boys for Life, the newest Bad Boys. Oh, it's Ride or Die, whatever. But anyway, I thought it was pretty good. Which the Bad Boys series is. I think that's been a very successful series with
Yeah.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. So it didn't break any mold. It didn't do anything any different. You had your basic storyline. You had your quits between Martin and Will as far as that little comedic relief here and there. And then you had fight and you had people get their head blown off, things of that nature. And so you felt good about it. Plot's pretty simple, you know. And so on us back to what movies should be. You know what I'm saying? Kind of straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Keep the plot simple and have plenty of killing in it, have you a couple good looking women, you'll be all good. So I mean that's what that did. So that's what that did. So it hit a pretty good mark for me. I'm gonna try to have you seen the newest Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning? God, I want to look at it, but it's 2 hours and 44 minutes. I
Yeah,
heard it was
and it
pretty
feels
good.
it.
So
It was good. They're all those Mission Impossibles are good.
okay. Yeah, so yeah, but we kind of want to bring y'all something that's a little bit different out of that mold because those are kind of straightforward, you know what I'm saying? So we are going to be doing a Rings of Power breakdown, but what we're going to do is that we're going to do like a series finale wrap up. I may be coming to you each week and just give you my nuggets on each episode. If Corey has a little bit of nuggets, I might have him do a little recording and we can do a mashup of that, and then we'll have a get together at the end and see if we've got anything worth note as far as product there, which we probably won't, based off what we've seen earlier today. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you're watching this Day Zero. That's on Rockfin on the Rogueways channel, 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're checking that out as well. From your boy XQ420, the powerful one Corey Hughes. We'll catch y'all next week on Beyond the Cube. Peace out.